Right on time.
Right on time. Right on time.
Middles are in the other gym, they matter.
Middle time.
Coach, first off, what does this feel like for you being in this position now?
Just surreal. It's a dream job. I said it in the interview a long time ago when I was announced as the new head coach. There's just nowhere else I want to be, no other people I want to be surrounded with. So even though it's not my first practice, we had practices this spring. It is the first day of the regular season, so it's a different feel to it. And we had a playthrough this morning and played a lot of volleyball. They looked great. It was just awesome to have them all back in the gym.
What kind of identity are you trying to bring to this operation? I mean, you're succeeding someone who had been here for 22 years. How are you trying to make this your own?
I again said it back then, like culture is who we are at Creighton, and that is something I promised them again a few days ago. Like that isn't going to change. That's who we are. That's our identity as a program. The word that they came up with this year was grit, and different letters stand for different things. And so just being a little bit more gritty. Obviously, we were a team full of seniors last year, a lot of experience. So some new players to kind of welcome in and get going. And so just being gritty. And I think they showed that this morning in our first practice.
Where do you think that comes from? Where do you think they drew gritty from?
We were in kind of a brain, and we had 4 or 5 different groups coming up with something, and I think 2 or 3 of them all came up with the same word, which is kind of fun and awesome. So then it was pretty easy from there to decide what we kind of wanted to go with, and then as an entire team, they decided like what they wanted each word to go with. And something that was important to me was it wouldn't just be a word that would be in the gym or in practice or in a match. It was something that they could have throughout the entire season, throughout their off the court, on the court, and I thought they nailed it.
So you go grit. Is it gritty or grit?
Just grit. Just grit. It's on the whiteboard over there.
Okay, so what's the G and the R and the I and the T?
So the G is for greatness, and what we talked about with that one, like it's not perfection. It's just striving for greatness. And again, it's in everything they do. It's how they prepare, how they get ready, how they attack the classroom, all those kinds of things. R is resiliency, and it's just being able to bounce back and recover and all of those kinds of things. I is intent. And that's just, again, being intentional with everything they do. And so far it's been great. And T is trust. And that just goes back to who we are as a culture and as a team of trusting the person next to you, trusting us as a coaching staff, that we all have each other's best interests in mind.
How do you go about replacing, filling the gaps with the dominant personalities that no longer on this team, performance-wise, personality-wise, all encompassing?
Yeah, we lost 7 incredible humans, and I think almost all of them came back for camps this summer, and so they're never going to be replaced. Like who they are and what they mean to our program, whether they're a Norris Sis or a Kendra Wade who never came off the court, or a Katie Mazer even who you maybe didn't get to see play a lot, but like who all of those people came in and impacted our program and our culture. Like we're not going to replace them, but the standards that they set were in our gym this morning. They're going to be in our gym here in a little bit. So who we are as a program are what even the 4 transfers that we have now, like they came here because of Norris Sis, because of Kendra Wade, because of Elise Getzinger. Like that's why they chose this program. Yes, they want to be a part of a program that wins. They also want to be a part of a program that has a culture like Creighton, and they're adding to that every single day.
What do you want to get out of the preseason? So it's probably different since you've been here. Some of the coaches would come in and try and just establish their foundation. I'd imagine there's some of that, but what do you want to get out of the next few weeks before it gets going?
Yeah, we were so lucky to have almost everyone here this spring. So Anna, our setter who transferred from Cal, she was our one player who was not here this spring. So we were able to incorporate some systems and some of those things in the spring. So now it's fine-tuning a lot of that, getting Anna acclimated. She's been here since June, so they've done open gyms together as a team. So I think the team's done an awesome job, again, with culture, welcoming her in, teaching her what our defensive looked like. But you'll see here in practice maybe in a little bit, that's going to be our focus today, of going over some defenses, digging, again, that grit mentality. So just fine-tuning some things. I think getting ready for our season. As you guys have seen, our schedule will not be a cakewalk. So getting ready for Penn State, getting ready for Texas. But we know that the season doesn't begin or end in August. It started a long time ago, and it's going to go all the way until the end of December.
Was it odd the way it looked
Yeah, we're just going in reverse order. So yeah, we'll just go Penn State, we'll go Texas. I don't know, we couldn't get Ole Miss to come play us, but so yeah, it's weird. It was very random how it happened. Honestly, we were supposed to play a different team in that tournament, and then a team dropped out, and there was some mix. So they called us and said, "Hey, thoughts on playing Penn State?" Absolutely. As a program, we want to play anyone and everyone that are going to challenge us and make us better, and so that was great. And the same team actually backed out of the Madison tournament, and they asked us if we wanted to come play, and we said absolutely. And so getting to play those two programs, who I'm going to guess will be in the top three, will be a lot of fun. And I think we'll play the other team in the top three a few weeks later.
Probably visualize just what being the head coach of this program would feel like. But on day one, as you walk in here in that role today, did you meet the expectation? Did you exceed them? What's the feeling like?
I don't know if I did visualize it, to be honest. If you would have asked me a year ago if I would be the head coach at Creighton, I would have told you Coach Booth would be here for 20 more years. So I did envision myself as a head coach leading a program, but again, this is a dream. And so yes, once it happened, I am a visualizer, so I've spent time all over the place, like putting myself in a Penn State match, in a Texas match, like coaching these incredible women, and so I've won a lot of games in my head, and hopefully we'll keep putting in the work to get there.
Do one more with Brian.
You mentioned before that you go from making suggestions to making decisions. Like,
Yeah.
Has that come up more and more? Like, does that kind of smack you in the face now that this is real and you got a match and just
Yeah, I think Coach Booth was really special with making sure us as a coaching staff was always really involved in those things. So even though I wasn't the head coach and the decision maybe didn't go on my win-loss record, I felt like the power of those decisions, and the negative and the positive of decisions that were made. So I feel like, yes, it's going to be different. The pressure is definitely different when you move a seat over. And so, yes, I feel that. And at the same time, I feel like Coach Booth and my previous experience has put me in a place where I feel very ready for this moment. And again, it makes it a lot easier when I have the student athletes that I have on our team and the coaching staff that I was able to keep around me, and adding Izzy's been great as well. And so I feel just very blessed in where I am and who I have around me.
Sure. Yeah. First practice felt really good. Kudos to the coaches, because the first practice every year, they always kind of just let us play it out and rep it out and knock all the rust off, all that sort of stuff. So literally all we did this morning was we served and we passed, and then we played 2 sets straight up. Just they had the lineups already set out on the whiteboard, and it was just go time. So that always helps with any sort of jitters that maybe the freshmen or just newbies might have. And it's just fun to go out and play and see everyone's best right away, which was really cool. Sure. Sure. I think there's definitely there's definitely a more of an open role for leadership this year, I think, with a lot of our seniors graduating. So I think it's been huge for our new seniors and also juniors to kind of step into that role. So I would say yes. I've felt a little bit more weight in that way, but nothing too big. Everyone's still stepping up where they can, and just, yeah, it's been good so far.
Most of the team is here in the spring.
Yeah.
You got assembled together.
Yeah.
This is the first day of practice. What do you think of the group so far?
It's been awesome. It was really key to have everyone here in the spring, definitely. Missing Anna kind of stunk, not being able to have her until summer, but she's done a really nice job stepping in, and we've all worked hard this summer getting our reps in when we can. It's all voluntary, obviously, but we've had a lot of girls on campus so far repping it out, so that's been really good, and I'm really excited for this year. Yeah.
Obviously, you've had some adjustment changes.
Yeah.
How different is all this?
Our team is different this year, I will say that, but we're different good in a different way. I think we're going to have more parity than we did last year. I think we've got arms all over the place, and we have a lot of depth, which is going to be great. Multiple people in every position fighting, battling for starting spots, which is great, and it's a great way to push each other this fall, even more than last year maybe. So.
What about the coach, the head
Coach-wise, he's been great. It honestly hasn't felt too different from last fall because he was running practices anyways. Even when Booth was here, like he was the one calling out practice plans, calling out drills. So that hasn't felt very different at all. Yeah, he's been doing a great job so far. Yeah.
Last question for Coach. Well, I guess the schedule then.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are kind of starting the way you finished.
We're ripping off the Band-Aid, that's for sure.
Normally, you have a little bit of a target.
Yeah.
Way to your unfinished business, if you will.
Sure.
Getting that off of that right off the rip. What's that feel like?
I'm excited. I think the team is excited. Like, it is just giving us something, point one, like, we're ready to go. And we know we have to be ready to go, too. Like, Colorado State's going to give us a great run for our money during just our exhibition game, and I think that's going to be awesome to kind of practice scouting out a team, working to adjust mid-set because we don't know what they're going to look like, and it's going to be the same way with Penn State and Texas too. Like the thing about Texas is they'll have seen us play against Penn State. We won't have seen them play yet, so that'll be a new challenge for us, but an exciting one at that. So, yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead with questions for Ava.
Amazing. Yeah, it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever been a part of. So, yeah, very grateful to be able to do it.
Why was it so amazing?
First of all, the people. I think when you put a ton of the top athletes together, you think there might be some collision, but I mean, all of the girls were so amazing, so welcoming. Coaching staff was awesome too, and winning a gold medal is pretty fun too. So.
Will it help you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I learned so much. It's just really cool to see a different perspective on things. I mean, I learned so much here, obviously, but the stuff that I learned will really help this season.
Does that give you confidence? Like, how much does it give you? You want to go on all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely does. I'm just excited to be back with them, too, working, because I feel like it's also the people around you that give you confidence. And so my teammates are always picking me up, and so that definitely helps a lot, too.
How difficult is the decision to do that so close to this season? You know, it's your last chance at downtime before the grind starts. They're starting earlier than ever before. Is it a tough decision to make?
Yeah, it honestly was tough. I mean, I went back and forth deciding whether it was something I wanted to do. I talked to my teammates first to make sure they would be okay with it as well. But even the coaches, like we didn't do 2-a-days. We would just do one practice block. So some of those things, and right now my body's feeling great, and so I felt comfortable going into it that I would hopefully stay the same way, and luckily I did. But yeah, it definitely was hard because season is my number one priority, but yeah, it went great. So.
Ava, what's the feeling like for you as you step into a leadership role and you're now one of the veterans here?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just so excited. I think this season is going to be one of the best, so I'm just really looking forward to it.
Why do you feel that way?
Whew, so many reasons. I mean, time has like flown by, honestly. It's just crazy, but especially with this group of girls, I think we have an opportunity to do something really exciting. Lots of newbies, new people on the court, and so I'm just excited to get to play with all of them.
Two more.
Ava, you mentioned that the people around you give you confidence. What is it about this group that gives you confidence?
So much. I mean, we literally had one practice so far this morning, but I mean, just going up, there's little things like telling me to go for it. I know they're always covering me. So many different things, but yeah.
Is there a difference between last year and this year with the coaching staff? Obviously, you got a lot of changeover, but obviously Booth is. How different is it?
I mean, obviously it's different with Booth, but Brian, one of his big things was just keeping it same. We loved where everything was at, and so we kind of wanted a similar style of practices and those things. So honestly, it's felt really similar. Brian's a great guy, just like Booth was, and obviously we're sad not to have Booth, but he's done such a great job stepping up and filling that role. So yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.